But I keep telling you, said the duck, there are no dukes. They were all fine and steady, but they have all been scrapped. Peter Sam was in shock. That is dreadful, we wailed. The Finn controller that said the owner, said the Duke, said he was coming to our centenary to open our new extension around the lake. And now he's scrapped. And Skarlois and Rheneas' birthday will be spoiled. Oh dear, oh dear. He puffed away with his empty coaches to tell his bad news. I think, said Skarloey, that Duck was pulling your wheels. No, Skarloey, he was quite serious. He always jokes like that, chuckled Skarloey. But no one agreed. They argued so loudly that the Finn controller came to stop their noise. They told him about Duck, but he paid no attention. I have no time for his nonsense right now, he snapped. There's a change into Moro's work. Skarloey, you will meet the Duke at 11 instead of 10:30. And he hurried away. If there is a Duke, said Duncan. But they were all too tired to argue anymore. They spent a gloomy night, but cheered up the next morning. When the cleaners greeted the birthday engines with an all-metal band, drivers and firemen joined in, and even the Finn controller banged on a metal plate as loudly as anyone. The engines kind of enjoyed the music. The owner laughed and held his ears. Presently, he looked at his watch. That's enough, he ordered. So Rusty, Sir Handel, and Duncan went at once to find their coaches. Visitors crowded the big station. They wanted to go to places along the line to watch the celebration. Peter, Sam, and Rheneas took their parts. Passengers in Agnes, Ruth, Lucy, Jemima, and Beatrice all wore clothes of 1865. Renius had to pull them behind Peter Sam's television train. Not too close and not too far away, so the cameramen could take the pictures. Visitors waved as they went by. At last, they reached the special sidings near the extension, where they settled down to wait. "Listen," said Peter Sam at last. "Here's Skarloey. They're shearing him." "Good," answered Renius. "Perhaps that will make up for his disappointment over the Duke." But Skarloey wasn't disappointed at all. "I've brought the Duke. Shh, 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 shh. I brought the Duke. Shh, 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 shh. I brought the Duke," he puffed. And triumphantly came to a stand between the two trains. A distinguished-looking man stepped out, climbed to Skarloey's footplate, and drove him on the new line around the lake and back again. Then, standing on Skarloey's front buffer beam, he said, "Ladies and gentlemen and engines, I have the pleasure of declaring your new Lakeside Loop line now open." Peter Sam could bear it no longer. "Excuse me, Sir Duke," he burst out. "Are you real?" There was a shocked silence. The Duke smiled. "Skarloey said you have been listening to Duck," he answered. "Duck thinks Dukes were great Western engines. But Dukes are really people. I'm happy to assure you, Peter Sam, that I am a real-life Duke." "I'll give Duck Dukes," muttered Peter Sam. The Duke turned to the owner. "I congratulate you, sir, on your remarkable railway. It must be a record indeed to have 2 locomotives in regular service, both 100 years old. Long life, then, and good running to Skarloey and Renius, your famous old engines." The cheering and the clapping died away. "Speech!" someone shouted. And the cry was taken up. "Go on, Renius," whispered the owner. So rather nervously, the old engine began. "Thank you, your grace, and everyone for your kind wishes. You have given us a lovely 100th birthday. But, your grace, Skarloey and I aren't the only record engines. We have 2 twin brothers, Teleflin and Golgach. They were built at the same time as us. They are 100 years old too. And they're still at work. Their railway is at Towyn in Wales. Please go to see them, your grace, and everybody, and wish them many happy returns from Skarloey and Renius, the little old twins."